Welcome, one and all. It is Season 2, Round 1 here of the most excellent Proto-GT Thrustmaster Challenge, or Thrustmaster Proto-GT Challenge, whichever it's laid out this time. And for the first round, we are going to be present at Aerodromo del Mugello, otherwise known as Ferrari's test track. If you didn't know that, now you do. It is quite an interesting track. I don't think it's meant to be really raced on, but there we go. With a track length of 5.19 kilometers at an altitude of 280 meters above the sea. Mostly cloudy with a 20 kilometer an hour northwesterly wind. We are not expecting any change. But what I do think we will expect is a Craig. Craig?
Just doing my weather forecast. Well, today we're having some sunny skies. No, it's mostly cloudy. Nope, that's the only change we're getting. It's going to stay like this all day. Hello, welcome to Mugello. I was going to speak Italian, but no. Let's not try and speak Italian. Really interesting track, though, Rob. The elevation changes. Love the elevation changes around here. It's really tight and technical because remember, it's primarily a motorbike track, mostly used with the motorbike. So the idea of some of these cars trying to go around, the HPDs will love it, the GTs will dislike it. But I will say, it was nice earlier this week that we had John Cena doing the GT2s this week. I thought it was fantastic, don't you? Did you not see his driving? It's a little bit sketchy. I heard there were some incidents.
But, no, because I couldn't see him.
Ruin the joke, damn it. That is the joke. but for those out of the loop, this series kind of disappeared for a day. Somehow the GT2s had, as iRacing called it in the patch notes, cloaking devices. And no one could see them.
Very, very, very deathly amounts of I can't see my own car. Well, no, you could see your own car because you're driving it. You can't see anybody else's, which was less nice. You know, I think you'd want to be able to see other people's cars, most definitely. But what we're seeing is the last 2 minutes of qualifying taking place. We're just looking at some of the HPDs. The main focus for us is, will there be a challenge for Seth Whitaker to take up, because he wants to take on the might of likes of Nick Thyssen, Christoph, and I definitely think Jack will probably be sat there going, I'm in danger.
Well, Jack is technically faster than Seth out there. Seth set he's had a slow time out there today. Yeah, which allows the pitters to get their fists and just takes pole position in the GT2s. So that's good for him. And there he is in the Falcon-inspired Ford. Name me a car that hasn't had a Falcon livery put on iRacing, Rob, because outside of like Red Bull or Formula One replica liveries on anything, Falcon's probably there after that.
I would probably wager that nearly all of them at some point have had Falcon livery put onto it. But I've also wagered that I've seen more Red Bull liveries than I can care to shake a stick at, and I never want to see another one ever again.
But do you want to see the Red Bull livery from the Japanese Grand Prix that was white?
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a nice one off. But I mean, unless I see that one again, which was nice. I'll be very sad. And by the way, David Barraclough goes from absolutely nowhere to absolutely putting it pole and then sending it. But that'll be everything, as he says, for qualifying. We'll get through the qualifying results as of right now for the class numero uno. It is the HPD class. Sequini first with 135, 198, 135, 378 for Wolf. And in third position is Ryan Ware, 136, 371. Varida is 136, 499. Kenneth is going to be 5th with a 136.669. Maltaius is going to be in 6th in a very inspired livery of the Williams F1, back when, you know, they rule the roost. Kukushkin in 7th with a 137.223, with Cockerum 137.783. Genie Mac. Kalinowski in 9th with a 138.047. Stone in a very retro-looking Marlboro livery. Don't think you'd want that in modern-day advertising, with a 139.450. Moss down the back in 139.512 territory. And we get into the GT1s. Everybody's going for... Apparently, a lot of people are going for either Lucky Strike or cigarette brands today. And we do also have the camouflaged inspired livery out there with Johnson. But Barclaw with a 141.616 puts it on the post in first position. McDermott 142.445 with a 142.44 by Johnson, lining up in third. Rankin 142.572 with Humphrey 4.783 just behind him. Manzano with a 142.932 sits in sixth, with Copeland being the last qualifier in seventh with 144.312. Saul and Logan Warfield did not set a qualifying time. And then we only have 4 starters for the GT2 class. This is the Ford GT2. Thyssen first. Zach in second. Pittis in third. And Whitaker in fourth.
20 C track temp out there today, 68 Fahrenheit for our American brethren and anybody else in the world that uses Fahrenheit, which I believe is nobody. Someone's going to correct me on that. I do apologize, but
I think there's
it's
only
interesting.
Like 3 countries that would ever use Fahrenheit, I think.
Really? Really?
I think it's something like that.
Now we're going to see this. We got a full formation lap. I can actually look this up. You know, who uses Fahrenheit? Countries that use Fahrenheit. Technically, the British use Fahrenheit, according to Wikipedia. There you go. Countries that use Fahrenheit, it's a lot of their islands. There's a country in Africa. But yeah, it's basically America and the countries that... Liberia. Cayman Islands also use Fahrenheit.
So practically like 1 or 2 main countries and then little islands, and that's about it.
When we're talking little islands, we're talking those that are basically like the American territories.
No, I understand, but I mean still.
This has been Fun Facts on a
with Raidillon TV, the only corner that you need, ladies and gentlemen. As we get ready to watch round 1, we're seeing a full lap pace car, which is very rare for I think Sebring.
On a new track as well.
Yeah, on a new track. Yeah, it's gonna. So there's Sebring is a full formation lap, or it depends because you can. I think there is a short version of it now.
No, there isn't. No, Sebring's full. Sebring's full. Watkins Glen is full. Road America is full. Is Road Atlanta full? I can't remember.
No,
Sonoma
Road Atlanta. You start on the back straight.
Sonoma's full. Laguna is full. Some of the older tracks are full formation laps. So to see a track like this get a full formation lap is a surprise, because that also plays into havoc with these guys and girls. Is fuel numbers, which is going to be an issue. Not really. You just got to be careful because those HPDs are going to be hell-bent for leather.
The cloud is an issue, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit cloudy. This is one of my favorite parts of the track here, coming down in Colintao, which in the motorbikes, it's got the long lap penalty, which I love, but it's downhill right into the Biondetti chicanes. Biondetti 1 and Biondetti 2. And I know that's Spanish, but Spanish in Italy.
No, that's not how they. I mean, I think they count pretty similarly in some versions, but I don't think. I don't think the uno, dos, tres.
Cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. Hey, yeah, sorry.
Well, you can get with your alt throwbacks of the 90s out of the way.
It was 2000s.
Okay.
That song was 2000. It was a remix of a song from like the 80s, 90s.
Fair
Anyway,
enough.
let's go green flag racing.
Let's hear it. So now we have the cars coming up. Pace cars up. Time to do your jobs as Sarquini is going to hold the start. He will look to his left, then look to his right, and off he goes indeed, storming down the center. Green flag being waved by Barney there as they come past the pit board. Ryan Ware moving onto the outside, trying to take past Sebastian Wolf in the very nicely done Ferrari livery, even though I don't think Ferrari ever made a HPD. Because and Ryan has spun. Unfortunately, all of the self-inflicted. The GT2 is doing well though, coming through the first corner. They'll be catching up pretty soon to that spinner. They'll see the dust. The camera sees the dust anyway, and that's Ryan Ware on the flashier screens.
Ooh, yeah!
That is, I haven't a clue who that is.
It's Cockerham, who is also one of the trailing HPDs here with them, as well as I believe the damaged one is Kukushkin. He had an issue as well. Christoph taking the lead in the GT2s. Also in those GT1s, you did see that they're like, hang on 1 second, we've got Kevin Copeland just gone around, and that is Kukushkin trying to go for a gap that was never there, and that has taken off a GT1 and another HPD, and another one just gone off. No, that was the one we were seeing. That was Copeland just gone off. But he's on the GT2s, and this is the iRacing car because it is
Cocker him off again, and he's towed.
Wow. Oh,
and he's gone out of the car. Oh, and there it is. Bang.
Yeah, that car a little bit.
Yeah, there goes his wheel. So.
Oh, lost it on the cold tires on the Astro, and just decided went 180 degrees,
head over
maybe
heels,
270, and then head over heels. Here's the classic F1 livery, the old classic Williams. It's something iconic about this livery, but on an HPD. Come on, folks! I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make a video. Sorry. Let's get some more HPD liveries. You know, let's not have the throwbacks.
Let's not have a camel throwback.
This is an F1 throwback.
I know it's an F1 throwback, but it says camel. And like part of the reason why it's blue and yellow was, I think, because of camel, wasn't it?
No idea, but it has got another cigarette brand on the side of it. I mean, it's just the classic days as well with the cigarettes. You know, I'm not saying smoke. I don't like smoking, but that was like the 80s and 90s versions of gambling websites.
Yeah, that is eerily accurate. Yeah, I mean, and then in the countries where they couldn't show that, up until everybody banned it.
Oh yeah, that was a good thing, wasn't it?
The Marlboro advertising was basically they just put black boxes where you could see in other countries.
Oh, the barcodes. Remember the barcodes? Yeah. Right. Also, this is a fun fact because we're on a MotoGP track basically, and there was the Marlboro Ducatis. Or was it the Yamaha? Well, yeah. Basically, they couldn't call themselves Team Marlboro Racing for 2 races in the season because the cigarette bans, advertisement bans. They just had to call themselves like Team Ducati.
Very nice name, but probably not what the sponsor would have wanted.
No, we can't help it though, but you can help battling in the GT1s as David Barraclough, who lost the lead at the start. And why did he lose the lead, Rob? Because he was on the inside of the corner on the formation lap, and it went green coming out of the Bucine hairpin at the end. They're going to go side by side, and he has a lovely run. There's a little way the track kinks and turns, and he will not have the inside when they come to San Donato. But a little bit of overdriving from McDermott, but Barraclough can't make it stick. And Johnson, the 16th, and Humphrey, the 3rd, is just waiting behind with Johnson, the 16th. Sorry, Mark. little bit of fun here on Raidillon TV. Testing the fastest lap.
In through the S's. Car's car number 2, McDermott, holding him off successfully on the start-finish straight. That is Humphrey challenging Mark Johnson in 3rd position. To come through, a lot of this track is just S's, and I keep noticing.
Yeah, it's sweeping high-speed corners. It's why the HPDs love it, and it's also why it's a dangerous track when it comes to multi-class, because any car that's got downforce can take any line around these corners, and the slower cars just don't know where they're going to go. So it's really tough for some of these drivers. This is the 2x2 we were looking at. McDermott and Barraclough at the front. And then you've got Johnson and Humphrey right behind. And Bruce Rankin is just going, I'm still here. It's just going to be tough for him to get anywhere at the moment. Also, the delta differences, it's almost 10 seconds between the GT1s and the HPDs. Barraclough should have this straight down into the Bucine, and he gets it. Has he overdone it, though, Rob? Because I think McDermott can run this back.
Keeps in on the track. Branding area painted green, as if it's only off track if you put all 4 tires off, and he did lose it. He overcooked it. He's going to try again. Running outside into turn 1, be a sweeping right-hander. Turn almost 180. In on yourself. Up the hill you go. Struggling for grip. There's a lot of oversteer on the way out of the exit. As he's trying to get the power down, the car does not respond. Mark Johnson looking the inside. It is essentially GT1 class, but it's all the same car because there's no Corvette driving today.
Oh my, wow, there is no Corvettes. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to drive a Corvette around here. There's a literal block around these corners.
It's a block of cheese around here.
It is a block. It is a block of cheese.
I can't believe you just did this.
I did indeed, and I'll do it again. And I would do it again. In through. And out. Stoneaxe branding the back arse of Conor McDermott as well as Bridgestone, even though this car does not run Bridgestone. Does it run Bridgestone?
No, there are no brandings on these tires, so you know. Remember, like WEC back at this time. Well, it wasn't really WEC, was it? The GT1s were before what was WEC. It was just an FIA Endurance Championship. They had any tire. It was almost like a tire war, but not really. So you had people using Dunlops, your Goodyears, your Bridgestones, you know, lots of different tires. So this is what I'm really curious in, because look at the slipstream, Rob. Barraclough has such a run, and he's again going side by side. Now, this is really tough to try and make him move around the outside, but if you make it stick, you set yourself up. Is he trying to do a cutback? That's what it feels like. That's the 3rd time he's done that. It feels like he wants to try and cut back into the next corner, which is Luco into Poggio Secco. But no, he can't do it. And they're just waiting for opportunities that aren't coming right now.
Having to dive on in and keep it going. Nick Thyssen has lost the lead. He lost it to Christoph not too long ago and is trying to fight back. As Seth is trying to... Oh, Seth was fighting Jack Pittis, but that was a self-spin, and he is falling down the pecking order, unfortunately. So, this is the main battle out of the 4 GT2s. Nick Thyssen holding formation behind Christoph, probably watching his lines to see if he can make a mistake. And then he can pounce quite hard in this car, though, to be quite frank. I mean, I wouldn't want to try and attempt it.
Why not?
Because this car is a little death trap.
It's fine. Maybe, you know, it's a classic.
That.
Have you driven this? Yes. We both have driven this car.
Yes.
It is a little bit of a challenge. Would you rather drive this or a Lotus 49 though?
This.
Exactly.
I see your point.
Yeah, you know, it's a death trap, but at least it wasn't a literal death trap. We gotta go back to those GT1s because Barraclough has actually got that move stuck around the outside. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Round the outside of turn 1. Gets it stuck in. He gets that inside line for the Lucio into Pioggio Secco, and he gets the lead back. Is there a response from McDermott? No, because after one set of S's, guess what, Rob? Another set of S's.
And he might have jimmied himself on that one, because if he did... Oh, well, no, he didn't. But there was a threat from Johnson to come in and say... let's have a look at... Oh, there's a little bit of a mistake there from McDermott on the exit. As they're coming back around past 1/2 into the double right-hander, cresting over the hill, and you get down into another set of S's. This track, I can see why this track is not fond, because it's just SS.
There are 5 S's. There
Yeah.
are 5 S's, and the scary thing is 5 S's. The other corners are hairpins or sweepers. That's it. It is basically S's and sweepers. It's his. Let's be really honest. It's the Italian version of Gilles Villeneuve, but with elevation and not street track.
Well, Montreal.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Montreal's fun.
this is fun.
It is very much fun, but I can see why it, like, the S's will get grading after a while. On board with Kevin Kienitz, chasing then Richard Malthias, or how else? No, Maltese. There we go. Currently, Richard is sat in 4th. He is being chased down for 4th by Kevin. Is just over a half a second behind. Kind of ebbs and flows as it goes along. Another battle. Ryan Ware, after his spin initially, has climbed back up the pecking order. So he went from first to last because of his spin. And then Alexander and Matthew, car number 14 and 18, crashed and towed. So he's made 2 up on the road and 2 up from pit stop. So not where he would want to be. He is car number 6 in 7th in his class. But there is still time to play. He can still make it back.
And still make it back, especially with this track, because it's such an interesting track when it comes to off tracks, because you can basically ride all the AstroTurf and all the curbs around this track. As you see, these drivers will try and be liberal with it. There you go. See, look at what McDermott was doing there. There's a nice little place you can go. And now a little bit more runoff you can use, maybe around the outside here, get a good line. It's really tough, and look at it, almost double apexing that was McDermott. But Johnson getting a better run. Really tough. Also, that last lap, Barraclough went around the outside and made the overtake. He also set the fastest lap of the race, which is kind of crazy to think. He's also set the fastest lap again, 7/10 faster than anybody else. Is there a move here for Johnson? No. Uphill corner, uphill sweeper. Kind of tough to get that car slowed down for a cent.
Especially given the fact that when you're trying to overtake on this track, you can. We've seen it before with Barraclough, where he overtook around the outside, but used the fact that as long as he got a good run around the outside, he was able to use the double S's to his advantage as they come on down past the second set of S's, or the third set of S's actually, into the sweeping right-hander. Needs to make it nice and neat. The reason why they're taking so much runoff is because as long as the 4 tires are not all over onto the green, you should be
like
fine.
that.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
fine.
The rule is a car is considered within track limits if half the car is within the boundaries of the track. Off tracks occur when the center of all 4 wheels are on the green painted asphalt. This includes the curves that are painted green with the white marks. This is applied consistently across the entire track. So it's the first track with, well, one of the tracks with every corner being the 4 tire off-track system, which is really nice to see. So is the fact that the HPDs are going through the GT2 field. And I know it's a smaller field today, but 4 GT2s. Can always be trouble out there.
Well, doesn't know all about it. He is in the middle of it all. He has traffic all around him, and the HPDs are all trying to make their way through. That is the lead there of Kenneth Zerquini, just passing Nick Thiessen, and on his way towards getting to and passing Christoph Olesnik, who is going to use every little bit of tow he can get, try and break the tow he's giving to Nick. And I think that has actually happened. So 15 minutes gone, 15 minutes to go. 3 battles heating up in HPDs. We've got a train of cars from 2nd to 5th, and another battle with Manzano in the middle. And then, unfortunately, Nick is just not able to catch up to Christoph, who is trying to run away.
Trying? I think he's succeeding. He was a second faster last time by. So that just goes to show once he's in clean air, he really loves this car. And he's making the most of it. Also, I do see that if he won the race, congratulations, he'll be up to 4K. So that is something to think about. He'll just make it. He'll be 4001. But let's get there in 14.5 minutes until we look at that celebration, because there's still a race to happen. But he's got a nice 2-second lead. I'm knocking on wood. My desk is not wood anymore, so I have to knock on my noggin, Rob.
Yeah, I'll hear. There you go. There, my
Thank you.
my desk is wood, technically, so.
Mine's Swedish. Overtake, as we just saw, Mark Johnson sent it in on McDermott, and he will hold on to that. Yes, got it slowed down, got it in to Lusso, and now he's on the charge. I mean, I can just see him. He's got a camouflage livery. Really tough to see the contours of that. That's what that's designed for, isn't it? Is that just art, or is that meant to be like one of those camouflage liveries they use to hide like the contours of a car?
Yes, that's the main purpose of it is to hide performance parts or upgrades. Marshall Verida has just come into the pits, an unscheduled pit stop. I think he is being served with a drive-through.
A drive-through? No, that's not a drive-through. That is actually a pit stop. Well, he's got no rear wing.
That'll be why.
That might be why. No idea what happened, but obviously he must have had a moment and lost the rear. Oh! He kind of got a little bit of a tap with Thyssen. And that's not going to help. It was almost akin to Pipo Durrani's crash, where it was just a meeting of 2 classes on a straight. I don't know if you saw that crash yesterday in the Sebring 12. Because I do not want to see another crash like that again. I'll just say it. It was quite a crash. There is Thyssen. We might just get a... Might have a look at the replay here. Yeah, Thyssen's fine. Thyssen didn't really take any damage from the incident, but you will see as that HPD comes up but behind him, he just merges into the line. So that is Thyssen.
Yeah,
surviving.
We have a HPD coming up from his rear. I think it's the one that you're talking about.
It is.
It is indeed.
Cue the Jaws music.
Hi,
I'm Nick Thyssen. I'm just
hang on, that's not the right.
there
That's the different HPD. I need to go back.
Back into
there we
the
go.
line. Here it is, and
Jesus Christ, that is a merge.
That is almost akin to what, like I said, to what happened to Pipo Durrani yesterday in the Sebring 12.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch that.
Oh, you haven't seen the big crash? Okay.
No, I did not see the big crash. No.
It was scary.
I'm assuming it. Yeah, I'm assuming if it was worth mentioning in the first place, then yeah.
Pipo's fine, but there was such force that he hit the tire barrier. He almost flew over the tire barrier, but the force on impact managed to flip the car upside down on the tire barrier. Yeah. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left. Baraklov has just checked out at the front. And we've got the free car battle. We've got this battle is, well, going on with Kinet on Malteus as he continues to look for an answer. They are going through some of the back GT1 drivers. So that is something to keep an eye out for, as well as that battle, as I was saying, for P2 in the GT1s with Johnson, McDermott, and Humphrey.
Coming through into the final turn. Just not able to get the legs, Kevin. He's pushing, but he's not been able to get alongside. Alex Moss also trying his best. He's battling Jeff Stone, as the two of them are coming into their stride. Just past Seth Whittaker there, and you can see on your screens. And there is car coming out of the pits. I think that is Marshall.
Yeah.
So his wing repaired.
He got it repaired. He got that wing repaired. Well done. I mean, classic modern day prototypes. The wing's gone. Rip off the panel. Put a new one on. It's what you want to see. And also, you want to see battles like this with 9.5 minutes to go. Johnson in P2. McDermott in P3. Humphrey in P4. And who is going to be the lucky one today? The car said it should be McDermott, but currently having a little bit of an issue. He can't get away to get close enough to Johnson to make any sort of move, and there's a difference. If you are counting when he crossed the line, Baraklov has a 7-second lead. Can somebody tell me why this straight isn't straight on the start-finish line?
Because you get moments like that. That is Mark Johnson going wide, not braking hard enough. And the car kind of did a lazy drift out onto the outside perimeter of the corner. Back down into third he goes, under threat from Bob Humphrey, who is licking his chops and saying, I'll take a little bit of that if I can get it. He hasn't just yet. It's straight for quite a good length of it, though. It's probably only the last little bit where it crests over the hill where you get a...
It's not even straight when you come out the final corner. There's a little bit of a kink as you come out the final corner, and then you get to like where the pit lane entry is, and there's a little, like a 4-degree bend. I don't know. It's a very minimal bend. We'll see it in a minute as they come to Corintaio, these three cars, and they've got Squeenie. Hey, there's Kenneth. We haven't seen him since the start of the race. He's just been on the pace today. He's going to get by, and really, he's going to make sure Wolf doesn't catch up to him. So he's just driving as fast as his little legs can through the final set of S's, which is more like a chicane here, Rob, a high-speed chicane. And almost the lead HPD getting taken out there. Wide goes Johnson here. You'll just see it now, Rob. This straight isn't straight right away. Here's the pit exit, and there's just look. You see that? I see the contour.
Yeah, I get you. Why did they all just dive to the right or left? Oh, I know why. Because he's trying to break the draft.
Oh, Nick Visson is dead. The car is dead.
Oh, what happened?
The car is dead, and this Marshall is not what you do in multi-class. On a corner like that, you cannot put that car. I have to. You cannot put that car there right away.
Marshall? No. That was awful.
Do you want to know how bad it is? Right. I have an ultra wide. I'm looking at his cockpit. The netcode has Fisson's car inside
of his car, yeah.
The pod. That's how bad it was.
Up through the hill climb and back down again into another set of S's. They should name the S's like... Remember when we christened the last three corners of Watkins Glen the Three Amigos?
You can, but they actually have their own names. Each corner has its own name. Each part of the S has its own name.
Well, we should just come up with, like Senna. or
here
Schumacher.
This is here Beyondetti 1 and Beyondetti 2, right?
Yeah.
That's the final set. So this is the Bucine hairpin with 6 minutes to go. Is Johnson going to make a move? No. They come down into San Donato. The first set of S's is Lusso, the corner, which we just saw Fisson die. Poggio Secco, which is the end of the S's. Then they go to Materazzi. That's not Materazzi. That's Materazzi. Then Borgo San Lorenzo, Casanova, Savelli. And there's your S's. Then the penultimate set of S's, Sarperia and Pelagio. You know, so they all have, each corner on this track actually has a name, even if some of them are like Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2. And you love those, Rob. I know you love the 1s and the 2s.
I do indeed. I do indeed. That is Richard Maltese taking back third place after losing it momentarily to Kevin, who again just overcooked it coming into the first set of S's and has had to sit on, I think, a slowdown. Ryan Ware, who I remind you, Ryan literally spanned at the start of the race. He is now up to 4th, so I think he is back where he started.
No, Ryan started 3rd. So he's trying to get back to where he started because Richard has been the second biggest gainer of the day. Alex Moss is the biggest gainer of the day, and he's pushing hard for it. Also, by the way, Kevin, that's a nice little livery. It's an actual Honda livery, but it's got Red Bull on it. It's got the Le Mans 24-hour logo on it. So it is and it isn't correct, but it's a Honda livery, Rob.
It's a very psychedelic one too. It's a kind of.
Oh, you're looking at Kevin. Yeah, no, I was looking at Kevin.
Oh, where's Kevin at? Where is he?
The white one. Yeah.
I saw a Dell one. One of them, I think it was Cockerham was running a Dell one. Now that is very historically accurate. I don't think it was a HPD though. I think it was a different car make that ran the Dell livery. It was hang on. Let me look this up. Dell.
We'll have a look at that. I know I know Williams had a Dell at one point when it came to the F1 road. Here's an overtake though, as Ware's going to try and get that position back. He goes into 3rd position, fighting it hard and hard. He makes the mistake, fights it back, gets it through. Poggio Secco gets back that P3 that he started. The battling's still going though, because Maltese is going to try and make this. Can't make it. 3 minutes 20 to go. Still fighting. Kevin is right behind. He's going to be picking up the pieces if he can. But everything at the moment is back to formation, where Maltese clints 2.
Clints 2. The second. It's the second.
The second.
Yeah.
And again, look at that checkup, though. Look at it. You've got Bruce Rankin in front. He could have made that move around the outside. Why? Let's just play it safe. That's the better play. And you can see it's just checked everybody up. Kind of works in favor of Red, because here comes the bookmark. And no, Rankin goes very wide. There's going to be no chance to put a slow car between these guys at the moment. Great little battle for 3rd. Just like there's a great little battle for P2 in the GT1 still, because McDermott has not been able to shake Johnson. Humphrey, though, he has managed to shake.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Rankin didn't want to. I don't think Rankin wanted to be there at that very moment, so he pulled. Like, he did essentially signal that he's pulling off, and then they were still like, "Oh yeah, let's just hug him behind him for some more, you know, just give him a little fry as we make past him side by side." That's the lucky strike. Bit of a mistake though. That is textbook right there. Love that move. That was Mark Johnson. Just chef's kiss on that one.
Bellissimo. As we're in. Yeah. Also, just making McDermott make the mistake there. I was wondering if that was going to happen. I think Barraclough was trying to do the same thing earlier in the race when he tried to get past McDermott. I don't think Johnson's going to catch up to Barraclough with a minute 40 left in the race. He's going to have to defend this position, but thankfully he's only got one real straight, because that front straight, it's too short coming out of the final corner to make a move there. Meanwhile, when you talk about making moves, I believe the leader, Kenneth Squeeny, he's just got one more corner before he will take the white flag, and he will ruin this battle for P2, because how has Seth got up to P2 all of a sudden?
Yeah, that is the $1 million question. I think he is. Oh, I don't think he'll be close enough. he will not. He will not be close enough. They'll have effortlessly passed him by. And all Kenneth Creedy needs to do is pass one. What has he gone? If you're reading this, you're probably Craig and Rob. Yeah, thanks, Seth.
Did he actually put that?
Yeah, have a look at his car.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's had that for a while now.
Really? With no offense, the best way I commentate is that I'm showing the tricks of the trade here. It's far chase. It's the best way when you've got an ultra wide. It's far chase. I see everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen this. Seth. Final lap then for some of these.
Yeah, Connor McDermott on his final lap as well, and he is going to try and get back at good old Johnson. Johnson has to let AHPD by and close up the ranks, as we do have also Maltese, Richard Maltese, Kevin Kinnitz, and James. Well, James kind of is a first shot, all fighting Ryan Ware's he's back where he started.
Back where he started and back to finish the race, though, Rob. We've got to go to the winner because Greeny's going to win this race. Christoph may have to do one more lap on his own. Yeah, unless Christoph slows down, he's going to have to do one more lap on his own. There is Kenneth Greeny. He's going to win the race. Christoph has to do another lap.
Yep, I think poor Christoph is not going to like that. He has to do another lap. It's going to be a victory lap for him. Well, I would imagine that would have been. He's got to get his sea legs out. Maltese, unfortunately, I do not think will be able to convert Ryan. Just an absolutely great driver and driver of the day there. I think he knows that he is very lucky to be back in third, because that was an absolutely steam of a thing. Unfortunately, McDermott not able to convert. Manzano not able to convert. So finished sixth. And we have Christoph on a lonesome lap all by himself.
Lonely. He's so lonely. Sorry, that's like the British version of that.
Lonely, Mr. Lonely.
Seriously though, what's a drive from Seth? Because
yeah.
Did he have a mistake at the start of the race as well, mid-race?
Yeah, he spanned the car, yeah.
So how did he get those positions back is what I wanted.
Sheer determination, grit, skill, and a modicum of luck.
And maybe a Nick Fisson getting
and potentially, yes, Nicholas getting rear-ended, yes.
Well, Christoph, you've got one more corner left to go. It is the Bucine corner. Oh, look at it. He's got enough fuel as well. He's going to slowly finish. Well, he's not going to go slowly. He's got all the room in the way. He knows he's the last car. Everyone's watching him. He'll take the victory. And with that, Rob, by my calculations on my overlay, he will get his 4K iRating.
4K, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. 4K is a good amount to have, you know. It's at the very least a good way to start the season, and a good way for everybody to start the season. And that was Mugello. And obviously, with the results scrolling through your screens, hopefully next. And I can't even remember. I had the schedule up and everything, and then I forgot what the schedule.
You forgot the schedule?
No, I did not know. It will be the 2008 scan of the Silverstone circuit.
Rob, even better.
Yes, historical.
It's historical. You know what that means?
We got the bridge!
No, Rob.
Oh.
No, Rob. We were doing the Legacy Silverstone anyway, but it's the historic layout, which means we get the high-speed Fell chicane.
Hell yes. My favorite.
And Abbey is flat.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes. And it's free. It's a Legacy track. So some people...
It is free. It is free.
Some people, they're going to pay like $3, but, you know, it's a...
No, I thought the 2008 scan was free.
Oh. Hello?
Yeah.
No.
You... Yeah, to answer a call.
Sorry, I forgot that I went to mute my microphone. I muted the wrong microphone.
You poor thing, poor sausage.
Well, it's not the first time I've done that.
Anyways. Congrats to everybody from coming back with us for the second season of us doing the Proto-GT Thrustmaster challenge. We will be back for Silverstone as Christoph comes in for his victory parade. From his victory parade. Mugello has just come and gone. Another 30 minutes of racing will come for us here on Silverstone, the 2008 scan on the historical layout. But thanks go out to you guys for paying attention and supporting us throughout the season. Appreciate all the donations, of course, that have come in to help support the channel. If you like what you see, click like, click subscribe so you don't miss a moment. As we said before, Silverstone 2008 Historical is on for next week. And then Hockenheim, probably my favorite one to look at. And then, of course, 50 minutes of Road America on week 4. But up until then, I have been Robert O'Brien.
I have been... Are you free? I have been Craig King.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you guys need. Good evening, one and all.